JAYSTEPHER here today with the third tutorial on the Lego Yellow School Bus. I'm going to be covering windows, the rear of the bus, and the retractable stop sign. So let's get started. To begin our next layer of plates, I want to start off with a 1x2 plate. Place it right here along the side of our door. Let's take a 1x4 plate, place it right up here. Now a 1x3, remember to skip one stud. A 1x4 plate. Now down here I'm going to start with the 1x8 plate. Like so. Now let's use two 1x8 plates. Place one on the top and bottom. Let's take a 1x4 and a 1x8 plate. Let's place the 1x8 plate right next to our other 1x8 plate, followed by our 1x4, and to leave a one stud reveal along the back. And on this side, let's use two 1x6 plates. Place them on the bottom. Now, to keep the stripes even on the walls of our bus, I'm going to need to add another level of yellow plates. Let's start off with the 1x3 plate right up here at this corner. So use a 1x8 here at the top. Place another 1x8. One more 1x8. Skip a stud, and finally our 1x4 plate. Now let's continue along the bottom. Let's take one 1x8 plate, place it up here, followed by another 1x8 plate. And to wrap this up, two 1x6 plates. Now, in here where my steps are, I want to put a little handle. So I'm going to use a brick with a rod. Just set that right down in here. Now we got a nice little handle for our passengers to grab on when they're entering the bus. Most school buses have a stop sign that retracts out on the passenger side. And that's what this opening's for. Let's take a 1x1 brick with holder. Let's simply drop it in here like so. Now let's use a 1x2 brick with stick and a 2x2 round disc. Let's round it on the back. Stick it on here like so. Flip it over. Now let's take a 1x2 plate, place it on the other side of our disc, followed by a 2x2 rounded flat tile. Set it on top. Now, taking the flat tile, we're going to face it towards the bus and insert the middle here like so, till it snaps in place. Now we have a stop sign that retracts, and it does fit flush with the side of the bus. Now I want to add my final black stripe to the body of my bus. Let's start off with the 1x8 plate, place it right up here at the top left corner. followed by a 1x12. If you don't have a 1x12, you can use 2 1x6 plates. And a last 1x12. Place it above our area where our stop sign's at. It's going to lock everything down. Now for the bottom, let's take a 1x6, place it along the bottom left, our 1x12, and finally a 1x10 plate. And you can see we have 4 stripes. Now let's put the partitions inside the bus. Let's take a 1x2x3 wall element and a 1x2 flat tile. Let's place the flat tile on top of our wall element and simply slip the wall element behind the driver's seat. Now for this partition, let's take a 1x2 brick, place it on top of our brick with stick, followed by a 1x2 smooth tile to cap everything off. And there's our partitions for inside our bus. Now let's work on the rear of the bus. Start off with a 1x4 brick. Let's place it right above our transparent 1x2. Now I want to put some brake lights and turn signals. Starting off with the left side, let's take a 1x2 Technic brick with 2 holes and a transparent orange stud. Place it upside down like so into the Technic brick, followed by another transparent red stud. So now we have our brake light and our turn signal. Let's drop it right down here on the left. Take another 1x2 Technic brick, transparent orange stud, finally a transparent red stud. Slip that on the right side. Now use a 1x2x2 transparent wall element. I'm going to place it right here in the back. This is going to give us the window for our fake door. Now take 2 1x1 bricks. We're going to place them on top of one another and set them on the right side of our wall element. Now use 2 more 1x1 bricks, put them on top, and place them on the left. And we got our outline for our door. Now use 2 1x1 transparent bricks, place them on top of one another. These are going to be our little side windows. Start off with the right. 2 more 1x1 transparent bricks, set them on the left. Now in these spots right here, I want to put some brake lights up here. Take a 1x2 brick and a 1x1 brick. We're going to place the 1x1 on top of the 1x2. Now a 1x1 Technic brick and a transparent red stud. Just like with our brake light and turn signals, we're going to slip the stud inside the Technic brick. And drop it down in place. Simply set our brake light up above our other brake light. Now we're going to need to make one for the left side. So it's the same process. Just a 1x2 brick and a 1x1, followed by a Technic brick and a transparent red stud. Like so. Now to lock everything on the top, let's use a 1x8 plate. And there is the rear of our bus. Now let's begin the side windows for the bus. I'll start off with two 1x1 bricks. We're going to place one on top of the other, like so. And we're going to skip two studs, and we're going to insert it right here. That's going to be for our window. Now we're going to need to make 17 more of these for a total of 36 1x1 bricks. So let's get started. I already have a few of them pre-made. Okay, now we're ready to put windows. Now let's take 20 1x2x2 transparent wall elements. We're going to use these for windows. Basically, we're going to insert 9 on this side of the bus and 9 on the top, like so. Now, where our driver sits, let's take two more 1x2x2 transparent wall elements, place them on this side right here. And there's our windows. For our final layer of plates, let's start off with two 1x8 plates. Place one on the top, right above our windows. Place one on the bottom. This will lock all our windows and 1x1s together. Now I want to take four 1x6 plates, place them along the top until we get to the end here. Now let's take two more 1x6 plates, place them along the bottom, and finally a 1x8 plate by our door. This concludes the tutorial for the windows, rear of the bus, and the stop sign. Next tutorial I'm going to be covering installing the door, front end, and crowning the top of the bus with smooth tiles. Thank you for watching.